The next question goes like this. As we get nearer and nearer to Krishna, would we forget everything in his love, or shall we get to remember everything in our past lives? Now if we see Narada Muni, there is a description by Narada Muni in the Srimad Bhagavatam about how he became Narada Muni. In the previous kalpa means previous day of Brahma. That means several millions and billions and trillions of years ago. Because one day of Brahma, as Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Yat Ahar Brahmano Viduhu. Ahar means daytime. Brahmano Ahar Viduhu. One day of Brahma. What is that one day of Brahma? Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. 1000 Mahayugas put together constitute one day of Brahma, 12 hours of Brahma. One Mahayuga consists of 43.2 lakh years, 4.3 million years. 4.3 million into 1000. That is the time period of one day of Brahma. That is one kalpa of Brahma. Now, Narada Muni is reciting to Vyasadeva what happened in the previous kalpa, previous day of Brahma. That means 4.3 million into 1000 years ago. What happened? Narada Muni is reciting to Brahma. In his previous life, he was the son of a maid servant and he was just a 5-year-old kid. And it so happened that great pure devotees who are traveling from village to village happened to come to that village, and where he and his mother were residing. Looks like his father was not there. Narada Muni's father was not there. Because Narada Muni doesn't talk about him. He talks only about his mother. And then those pure devotees, they were going village to village and they were enlightening people about Krishna. And because it was Chaturmasa, just then the rainy season had begun, they put camp there in that village. They stayed in that village for 4 months. Just for 4 months, Narada Muni became attracted to them. Narada Muni, although he was a 5-year-old kid, he was not attached to playing. He was not frivolous. By nature, already he was a little sober. And he became attracted to these Bhakti Vedantas, to these pure devotees. And every day he would go, he would sit and hear them discussing Krishna Katha. And sometimes they would tell some small seva he would do. They would tell Narada Muni, go and pick up this, bring a glass of water, remove that chatai, that mat from there and put it here. He would immediately carry out all those instructions without any hesitation. And then one time, Narada Muni, the small boy, he asked them, can I have your mahaprasadam? Means, Uchishtalepan anumodito dvijaihi. Those dvijai, those twice born great pure devotees, he wanted to honor their leftover prasadam. The bhoga, when it is offered to Krishna in the altar, that plate which is offered to Krishna becomes mahaprasadam. And that mahaprasadam, if it is honored by a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, and that mahaprasadam we take, it becomes maha-mahaprasadam. So this boy, this Narada Muni, he was a small boy, he was a maid servant's son. Maid servant son means he was not highly educated or anything like that. He was just a very normal boy. So he said, I want your maha prasadam. Anumodito dvijaihi. So they also gave permission. This boy is very nice. He is very sober, not frivolous, and he is always carrying out our instructions very faithfully. So let him take. They gave. Only once, Sakrit, only once he happened to get that maha prasadam. And after that, what happened? His attraction for Krishna grew manifold, and he himself became a pure devotee of Krishna just by being a 5-year-old child. And then after 4 months, these pure devotees left that place and went. And then one day, his mother, because she was a maid servant, she would go to the village and different houses, and she would clean the houses, wash the vessels and all those kind of things, and come back in the evening. That was her livelihood. One day, while she was going to the village or coming back from the village, she had to go through the forest. And while going through that forest path, one snake came and bit her, and she died. Narada Muni, 5-year-old child, mother has died. Now what he should do? He took it. This is the great mercy of Krishna. Because I was bound by the affection of my mother. I could not become a full-fledged devotee of Krishna. Now I am liberated. I am set free by Krishna. He took it as a blessing of Krishna at a 5-year-old child. Then he started walking. He started crossing rivers, mountains, forests, mines, villages, cities, everything he crossed. And he was walking from place to place, depending totally on Krishna. And like this, he came to a place, he came to a pond in a forest, one place, and he started meditating upon Krishna there. And then Krishna appeared, Krishna started speaking to him. Krishna appeared within his heart and gave him darshan. And suddenly, that form of the Lord disappeared. And Narada Muni's meditation broke. Oh Krishna, I saw Krishna. And then he has disappeared. So again, he sat down in great meditation and tried to focus and tried to see Krishna again. But he was not able to see. Then he heard the voice of Krishna. Krishna told him, my dear son, you are not qualified to see me. But still, seeing your determination, I have given you my darshan just once, so that your eagerness to reach me increases. So therefore, continue your devotional service, and after this life, you will come back to me. And like this, Narada Muni continued his devotional life, and next life, he took birth as a son of Brahma as Narada Muni. This whole incident was narrated by Narada Muni to Vyasadeva. You see what all details Narada Muni remembered. How his mother died of a snake bite, how he was crossing the different cities and villages and forests and mountains and mines and all that. So much detail Narada Muni is able to remember. What happened 4.3 million into 1,000 years ago. 4.3 billion years ago. What happened? Narada Muni is remembering each and every detail. So, the point is that when we become nearer and nearer to Krishna, it's not that we will forget everything. We will always remember. We may not forget, we may not remember all our past lives. Whatever is immaterial, no need to remember. Even in this life, what is not required, we don't remember, isn't it? Only what is very important things in our life, we remember. In your life, if you see past 1 month, what are the important things you remember? You will not remember every single detail of what you went through in the last 1 month. If I ask you last 1 month, what is it that you remember? I remember election result. Because that's something which is very important, which you will remember for your life. But what dress you wore 1 week back, what food you ate 2 weeks back, you cannot remember. Those things are not important. It's not necessary for you to remember. Similarly, Krishna also will always preserve your memory of your Krishna conscious activities. Who is your spiritual master? Srila Prabhupada is my Diksha Guru. He is the one who gave me Divya Jnana, transcendental knowledge. And he is the one who picked me up. I was wallowing in the darkness of ignorance. Ajnana Timirandasya. I was completely blind in ignorance. Jnananjana Salakaya. And Prabhupada was the one who lit the lamp of the torch of knowledge within my heart. And who made me understand what is life, who am I am servant of Krishna. It is Prabhupada who taught me who is Krishna. Otherwise, I did not know who he was. We might all have been Indians. We might all have been Hindus. But before we read Prabhupada's books, what was our understanding of Krishna? Like Shiva, like Ganesha, like Hanuman, like that, Krishna is also one person. That's all. We had no idea that Krishna is the fountainhead of everyone. He is the source of everything. He is the one from whom everybody has come. Whether it is Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Surya, Chandra, Varuna, Shani, everybody, Durga, Kali, everybody has come from Krishna. Where did we know all this? Although in the Bhagavad Gita it is clearly stated, Krishna has said, Aham adirhi devanam, aham sarvasya prabhavo matva sarvam pravartate. So clearly Krishna has said, everything is coming from him. But we never knew it. Although we might have read the Bhagavad Gita. But it is Prabhupada who lit that lamp of knowledge in our heart and revealed the true position of Krishna. Our true position as eternal servants of Krishna. That Krishna will ensure that we will never forget it. No matter how many lifetimes we take, and even if we go back to Godhead, we will not forget. So what is required for us to know? Just like Narada Muni exactly remembered how those pure devotees give him pure devotional service. Like that we will also remember. Bharat Maharaj, he went up to the stage of bhava and became attached to a deer, and he had to next birth take birth as a deer. Although he took birth as a deer, not even human form, he got an animal form of life. Still, even in that animal form, he remembered previous life. I was Bharat Maharaj. I was I was the emperor of the whole universe. But then I got attached to the deer and I've got a deer's body now. And so therefore, as a deer, he would search out in the forest wherever some hermitage is there of devotees, and he would go and sit there and hear them reciting the different pastimes and qualities of Krishna. Next life, he became Jada Bharata. So, after he became Jada Bharata, he remembered both his previous lives. How he was Bharat Maharaj and how he became a deer and how he has got this life of Jada Bharata. So, 2 lives he remembered, you see. Because both lives were important for him to remember for his spiritual life. Before he became Bharat Maharaj, he must have taken many births before that. That there was no necessity to remember. He did not remember. So, the life and our activities wherein we came in touch with our Diksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, how he delivered us, all these things we will remember. Whatever is not required, our past lifetime, previous lifetime, I was a cockroach, I was a dog, I was a cat. What is the need to know all that? No need. But this life, where I got the shelter of Srila Prabhupada as my Diksha Guru, that is a pivotal moment in my journey back to Godhead. That I will never forget, even after going back to Godhead. Okay, so that is how we have to remember.